In today's lesson, we're going to take a look at quite a few things. We're going to start with looking at working with a template in Word. To view the templates that you can select, you'll go to File, and then we'll start with a new document. And once we do, you can see that this whole area is populated with various templates that we can use. You can select a template based on category, such as personal, and it brings up various templates. You can also search for a more specific one. Let's say we want to go with graduation. And there are various templates that you can use. So let's go with graduation announcement. We want to click on create, because when you click create, it's actually, and you can tell by the message, it's actually downloading that template. And we can insert different pictures here. We can edit the text. We can change the font. We can change the page color. We can certainly change the date here. This would not be 2008. And you can change the date of that. So with a template, everything in there can be changed and altered. The next thing we're going to take a look at is margins. You can click on the drop-down arrow here, and you can see that the Office default, Office 2003 default at least, were from the top 1 inches. So that means there's a blank space from here to here is 1 inches. Left from here to here is 1.25. From the bottom, from here to here is 1 inch, and then from here to here is 125. Now, in this particular document, it's currently, you can tell that's 137 pages long. What if I were to change the margins? I'll go to Margins, Customize, and I'm going to change each one of these to 0.25. But there's a problem with doing that. When I change them all to 0.25 and then OK, I get this prompt saying that they're outside of the printable area margin. I'm going to say ignore it, because I'm really not too concerned about that. So now you can see that my number of pages dropped down to 88. So if you have a large document that you want to print out, then make sure you adjust the margins to allow as much text to appear on one page as much as you can. The next thing is this right here, which is orientation. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see. Portrait is more up and down. Landscape, it alters the page so that it's longer the other way. So here's the difference between portrait is this way and landscape is this way. The next thing we want to do is take a look at how you format a paragraph. To do this, you work in the paragraph group. You'll open up this dialog box and you have some options to work with here. First thing we have to do is press Control A to select everything. And then let's say that your document was supposed to be double spaced and you use single spacing. Well, you would select all, you go to line spacing, change it to double spacing, and notice that we are currently at 88 pages. And when I click on this, it changes from 88 pages to 172 pages. The next thing we're going to take a look at is tab stops. In order to get to tab stops, you have to be in the paragraph. You have to be on the page layout tab. You're going to go to paragraph, and then you're going to click down here where it says tabs. You can see that I've already established some tab stops, but I'm going to do clear all. So my first one, I want it to go at 1 inch, and then I'll do set. Then I want another one at 3 inches, but I want this text to be centered. And then I'm going to set that one, and then I'm going to create another one at 5 inches, and I want this one to be right aligned. I also want a leader to go from 3 to 5, so I'm going to select that leader and then set. So now I have my tab stops, and let's see what this does. So in my document, I'll press tab. This is my first one. Press tab again, second tab, and notice that the text is being centered. And then I've got a leader that goes from this to the third tab. Now notice the third tab is right aligned. And so as much as you type, it won't breach this tab stop that you set right here. It won't go beyond it. There may be times when you need to create a document and you need the current date and time posted in that document. To do this, make sure you're on the Insert tab. You want to go to the text group here, and you've got date and time. You can select the format that you want, and it's important that you select this one if you want it. This is what this does. It will update it automatically. So if I were to put it in here, Tuesday, October the 20th, then if I were to open it again tomorrow, this date will change automatically from the 20th to the 21st. So to insert a text, Insert tab, in the text group, date and time, select the format you choose, and I'm going to deselect that and then do OK. The next thing I want to talk to you about is in the section under Quick Parts called Auto Text. Now let me show you what auto text is. If I begin to write the word Saturday and I stop right there, it anticipates that I want to spell out the word Saturday. So I don't have to type anymore. All I have to do is press enter and it will automatically fill in that day. I can do Monday. You can tell that I do it there. Now, this is where it's particularly useful. Let's say you're writing a book report. And let's say it's on the Red Badge of Courage. And you can tell that I've set that up. So now all I have to do is press enter and it will do that. So let's come up with another title and see how to do this. Let's do Tale of Two Cities. What you will do is you will select the text that you want. Then you're going to go to Quick Parts. Then you're going to go to Auto Text and then save selection to Auto Text Gallery. You can just leave this as it is. And now when I begin to type Tale, you can tell that it anticipates, hey, is this what you want to type, Tale of Two Cities? If it is, I press enter and it completes it. So that's auto text. And then when you go to auto text, you can see the ones that I've recorded. If I want to get rid of one, for example, I set up one for Catcher in the Rye, all I have to do is right click, organize and delete. This brings in the building blocks dialog box, and I'm going to delete it from there and then close. Next, we're going to look at an important editing feature, especially throughout your education. You will use this extensively. You want to go to the Review tab, and then you will click on Spelling and Grammar. Notice that the shortcut for that would be F7. When you do, it brings up this dialog box. Now, the floor space, it tells me it should be 2 words. Another neat thing is you can also click on this speaker and it gives you the pronunciation of the word.
Floor space.
So when something is highlighted, underlined in red, it means that it's a spelling error. Blue with the squiggly line means that it's a grammar error. So I have an option of ignore all. I'm going to say ignore all. Color, this is written in Britain, and that's how the British spell the word color, so I'm just going to ignore all of those. And that one, I'm going to ignore that one. And that should be holding, so I definitely want to change that. Anyways, you can see that what it will go through, and all the ones that are underlined, you can change them. Another good thing is this is somebody's name, St. Clements, and it looks like it's misspelled, but I don't want it misspelled. I've got it marked here and here. All I have to do is add that to to my dictionary, and now it's in my dictionary. I've got St. Martin's, so I'm just going to ignore that. And those are the major components. Make sure you go to Review, Spelling and Grammar, and then you can work your way through your text, adding words that need to be a part of your dictionary, and in the future, Word will remember that and apply that to the spell check feature. The next thing I want to discuss is section breaks. If you go to Page Layout, and we're going to take a look at this right here, section breaks. I'll show you how section breaks can be useful. Let's say that you have a document that's 5 pages long. In one page, you want it to have a special format or a special design or a special feature. But you want that feature to apply to only that page, but none of the other pages. Then this is where section breaks come in handy. So what I will do is I'll click here at the top of this page and go to Breaks and Section Break, next page. And then I'm going to go to the end of this document, and I'm going to insert Breaks, Section Break, next page. Now I'm going to come back up to this page. And let's say I want to put a page border on it. I'm going to the Design tab, click on Page Borders. I'm going to go down here to Art. I'll select this, and then Apply To. I'm going to say Apply to this section, and then OK. And then when you scroll through, then when you look at the rest of the document, even though it's a little small, you can tell that is the only one that has the border on it. And that's because this is where I created a section break here and here. I can go in and change the margins or the format of that and make the section breaks different from the rest of the it makes it different from the rest of the document.